Hello friends, today our topic is job sequencing problem. Now before what is the job sequencing problem, let us consider it with the practical scenario. Let think about a practical problem. Consider a problem of machine operator who has to perform three operations. Number one, that is turning, second one, that is threading, and third one, that is knurling, on a finite number of different jobs. Let there be 6 jobs, and the time required to perform these operations, it has been given in the unit of minutes, for each job is known. So that means there are 6 jobs, and for these operations, whatever be the time required for each job, that is already known. Also, it is given that each job first goes for turning, second for threading, and then for knurling. The problem of the machine operator is to decide which job should be processed first, which to process the next, and so on. So that means there are 6 jobs particularly. So we have to find, or the operator has to find, that 6 jobs in a sequence. Suppose the 6 jobs are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So here, if those are the jobs, which job must be in the first? Suppose the 5th job, then suppose the 3rd job, then suppose the 2nd job, then suppose the 1st job, and then suppose the 6th job, such that that order or sequence he or she has to find out, such that the mentioned operations in order to minimize the total time required to turn out all the jobs. That means not always the 1 to 6. In that way, if we sequence the jobs, then the minimum time requirement is fulfilled. So there must be some sequence for the jobs with the connection of machines to perform the complete procedure in the time of minimization. And that is the complete theory of job sequencing problem. Here we determine an appropriate order or sequence for a series of jobs to be done on a finite number of service facilities in some pre-assigned order, so as to optimize the total involvement cost, and that is particularly here the time is connected with the related with the name or term that is known as cost. Now before we start the job sequencing problem, we have to consider or think about some terms. And before the terms, once again, suppose there are n jobs from 1 to n, such each of which has to processed one at a time and at each m machines. The order of processing each job through each machine is also given. The problem is to find a sequence among n factorial whole to the power m number of all possible sequences for processing the jobs. That means n factorial whole to the power m is the total number of all possible sequences we can find out from the job, where m is the number of machines. So suppose if we have 2 jobs and we have 2 machines, so there may be, that is 2 factorial, that is 2 to the power 2, or 4 number of total sequences possible. Suppose there are 3 jobs, then total number of sequences for two number of machines, it may be 6 square, or that is 36 number of sequences can be possible. Now among these number of all possible sequences, what is the minimum total elapsed time for all the job is the motto of our job sequencing problem. Now the terminology and the notations. The first one, number of machines. It means the service facilities through which a job must pass before complete. Whatever be the number of machines given is particularly known as the number of machines. Next one term is processing order. It refers to the order in which various machines are required for completing the job. Suppose we have given two machines A and B, and the processing order has been given suppose in the way that is AB. Suppose there are three machines A, B and C. Suppose the order has been given in that way. So that is our processing order, that means in which order the machines are processing or completing the job. The next one, that is most important thing, that is known as the processing time. It means the time required by each job on each machine, and it is denoted by T, I and J. T denotes the time and I denotes the number of job or the ith job, and J for the machine. J denotes the machine number. Next one is the ideal time on a machine. So before we discuss about the ideal time on a machine, at first we say what is the meaning of total elapsed time. This is the time between starting the first job and completing the last job, which also includes the ideal time if exists there, and that is denoted by the time or the number or the letter T. Now what is the total elapsed time? That means from the first job to the last job, using the sequence of the job, whatever but the optimal or the minimal time is required, that is known as the total elapsed time. Now the ideal time on a machine. Now already we have said, suppose a machine is ordering in the way that is A to B. There are two machines from A to B. Now if A has completed its jobs but there is time and B has not started, so B have to wait for some time, and that is known, that time is particularly when the machine B is sitting but doing no job. That is the ideal time on the machine. This is the total time for which a machine remains idle during the total elapsed time. And suppose that is ith job, so the ideal time is between the I minus 1th job and the ith job. So that is the ideal time for the machine, and it is denoted by capital Xij, where J denoting the machine. And the number 6, no passing rule. That means no passing is allowed. What do you mean by the passing? Now maintaining the same order of jobs over each machine. So that means if machine A, machine B in that order, so that means machine B can only perform its job after the A has been completed. So it cannot be passed to other job or other machine. So that is the no passing rule. And if each of n jobs is to be processed through two machines M1 and M2 in order of M1 M2, then each job will go to machine M1 at first and then to machine 2 second. The job finished in M1 to directly to M2 if that one is empty. That means there is no idle time. Otherwise, the job finished in M1 and waiting, M2 is waiting, and after that, that is working. So, particularly, those are the terms connected with the job sequencing problem. Number of machines, processing order, processing time, idle time on a machine, total elapsed time, and no passing rule. And based on that terms, practically we are proceeding with the job sequencing problem. Now there are some principal assumptions, and those are: no machine can process more than one operation at a time. No machine. Second one, each operations when started must be performed till completion. That means when one machine is processing, no other operation can be done from that time. So no machine can process more than one operation. Each operations when it has been started must be performed until it is completed. That is our second assumption, and that must be principle. Number 3, each operation must be completed before any other operation which must proceed or precede it started. So that means each and every operation must be completed. After that, another operation has to be okay. Next one, time intervals for processing are independent of the order. So that means the whatever be the time interval from the processing are independent of the order in which the operations are performed. And number 5, there is only one of each type of machine. And the final one, that has been a job is processed as soon as possible subject to the ordering requirements. So a job is processed immediately after the another job has been completed. So that is the ordering requirement. And in here, the time required to transfer job is particularly treated as negligible. So there is no gap between the job operations. So in that way, if we want to perform the job sequencing problem, there are particularly 4 types of sequencing problems. Number 1, that is n jobs with 2 machines. N may be any integer and that must be finite, obviously. Second type of n number of jobs and 3 machines. Third number, n number of jobs and also m number of machines. N and m both are finite also here. And the final one, 2 jobs, but there are m number of machines. So n jobs and 2 machines, n jobs and 3 machines, n jobs and m machines, and the final one, 2 jobs and m machines. To solve this type of job sequencing problem, the first 3 types are particularly using one algorithm that is known as Johnson's algorithm. But for the final one, that means when the 2 jobs and m machines type of job sequencing problem has to be solved, that we are using graphical method. So we will proceed to the first one, that is n jobs and 2 machines using Johnson's algorithm in the next video.